did it.
We did it. We're sweating. There's a lot of running around.
There's a lot of running.
And cramming. But we did it.
And I think William hates me right about now. It's all good. Like, where's the drunken bee?
And the toothpicks.
Oh, hi guys. Happy Saturday.
We're in person.
I know. Look who's here. You would not believe it. We have Adriana, Nick, Old Man Joe, and my husband all here.
Yep.
Tomorrow, I think we're going to have Malam, Denise, and Scott, and Malam's wife, in addition to.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
So hopefully we see you guys over on Whiskey Mountain's channel tomorrow for the fundraiser. Gonna be a blast. All that information's down in the description. Should we see who's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's sing happy.
Criminals and cocktails, here we come. Okay. All the way up here. Wow, we got some chatting going on. Michael is here. Afternoon, all you curious cocktail. Sorry we were late. We were really late. Okay. Matthew Parks, hopefully I'll make it tonight, but just wanted to give you ladies a shout in case I'm not. Oh, that's so nice. We're both awesome, says Matthew Parks. First Criminals and Cocktails, Mr. Mom. Nice. Yeah. Double batch of the Revolver using Knob Creek 120. I just wanted to explain in case or when my typing quickly finishes.
Fine. Yeah.
You did bring it up for doubles, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we forgot. We need the bullet.
I figured it was somewhere out here.
It probably was. All right, let's see here. We're going to have some cocktails, says Christine. MC is telling you how to play the mystery box game. MC is tracking tonight. Make sure that you tag her with your number of entries.
Christine earned the cocktails today, running a 5K this morning.
Christine.
Killed it. She's been training for it.
But did it go well?
Yeah, I think so.
How did I miss that? Was that on Facebook?
Yeah. We've been texting back.
Oh, you've been
forth on
texting.
training.
Oh.
Yeah.
They've been texting.
Well, we're trying to get each other to work out.
Okay. Sugar Kitty is here, and Daughter Pass Whiskey is also here. Maureen Franchi, cocktail time. Malam is here. Just got to scuba dive in a pool.
Oh, cool.
Really? Huh. Are you learning how to do that, or is I think your tablet hates me. By the way, she brought her camera because my camera's still not working and I'm still waiting for the cable that was supposed to show up today. So thank goodness for her. Top Dog is here as well. And Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge. Lil is here. Hi, Lil. Nick Perlman's out there in my living room hanging out. And I think we're getting there. John T showed up. Hi, John T. Aaron Pierce. Look, it's my 57th favorite WoW guest.
Wow, is that Aaron Pierce?
Yeah.
If I could do a chipmunk voice. Oh, nope, that's
okay. And Perlman says Aaron Pierce is my 64th favorite. All right, guys. Hello. The bullet. Oh my goodness. We might have to go with something else.
I have to. The only one I found was this like Walt.
No, it might be in my daily drinker closet in the kitchen. It's fine. We'll use something else. Well, somebody said they were using Knob Creek.
I know.
I know you picked up on that.
I won't say no to that.
Okay, which one would you like to use?
How about that one?
This one? Okay. There we go. We're going to use
It is a Knob Creek selected by Fred. No. So it's for SDBB.
Huh?
For SDBB. And it's about 9 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
Perfect. Can't go wrong.
So we are doing Criminals and Cocktails. If you've never been to a Criminals and Cocktails, raise your hand.
Put it in chat, little hand.
And Lil is reminding everybody to hit the like.
See if I can get this.
That would be awesome if that happens.
It keeps wanting to darken so that you can't see.
I just want you here all the time. All the time. Not just because you fix things for me, but also this is just really cool.
Okay.
I mean,
I know,
we can meet halfway.
Yeah.
Twin. We could go see
Yeah,
Jazz.
Twin Falls.
We'll go see Jazz. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Big Jazz. So we are doing Criminals and Cocktails tonight. It is a little different format. We do try to interact with chat as much as possible. Know that we are reading them. Sometimes if if she's reading them and I'm in the middle of an important part of the case, she won't read it out loud. She might just highlight it, vice versa. And then we go back the next day and usually scroll through and see kind of what everybody was saying. But it's hard to tell a story and keep interrupting. I think in the beginning, I tried to do that a lot, and it was really hard to follow.
Yeah, it screws up with the flow, and people, it's like, wait, what was the last thing?
Yeah, especially if you're doing timelines.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that. So let's go. Whiskey Mountains. Make sure you go over, if you've never been to Whiskey Mountains, go over, give her a subscribe, give a little like, hit the notifications, all the good things. She supports so many channels. So go check her out. She like does content and shit.
Now and then I go for a hike and drink during it.
Yeah. And her big one is tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So we've got our sources that we pulled. Well, some of our sources, I still need to add some more, are in the description if anybody wants to know where we found this stuff. I've got a couple of YouTube links I want to throw in there because there were a couple creators that I did pull from. I have one of them in there, but I want to actually start putting the links in. I just ran out of time. There are a lot of different takes on this. This case is actually, this is ongoing. This is in daily life, right under your nose, happening all the time right now. One thing I do want to say is, I usually do that little disclaimer. This one's a little different. This whole stream is going to be a little different than what you're used to seeing in Criminals and Cocktails. So I really think it's important that we state a couple things, okay? The community that we're talking about today, they have some disturbing beliefs on parenting. That's part of what we're going to talk about today. So there's no way to tell this story accurately without speaking about physical child abuse. It is, there's a heavy presence of it in this. There's a lot of other things that are part of this stream, but there is a heavy presence of that, and I want you guys to know that. If this is something that that you have problems watching or hearing about, I totally get that. But there's just no way to tell this accurately without having that. So if that's something that's going to bother you, please, I strongly suggest that you maybe skip this stream and come join us next time. They are thriving internationally. They're dominantly in the US.
I'm like, I think you're trying to use the mouse on my tab.
Really am. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh in the middle of this really serious disclaimer. That was pretty fucked up. Okay, make it go away.
I don't know what just happened. Oh, shit. Oh, press this little guy, I guess.
Okay.
Do you need it zoomed in?
No.
Okay.
I was trying to scroll up a little, but I don't need to now. Okay, anyway. Catch us next time. And also, like I always say, we take stuff that we cover really seriously. But we are going to use a little bit of lighthearted humor because it's such heavy content.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to find a way to talk about true crime without like spreading doom and gloom.
Right, without being depressed by the end of the stream.
Yeah. So it's not that we don't care about these topics. We're not professionals. Also know that we gather our sources as accurately as we can. We do list them, but we're not professionals and we're just going off of the information we have. Don't make this your only source of information on any content that we do. Because some of these things that we might be taking it from, they could be influenced by opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. It's always hard to tell what perspective has twisted what we're saying. So
yeah. All right. So having all that stated, I swear. Okay. We've got a couple things. Good. Thank you, Lil, for dropping Adriana's link.
Thank you.
And then, Sugar Kitty said, lick the like.
Yeah. I'm going to grab the ice.
Yes, we're going to need the ice for the cocktail. Adriana's going to be making our cocktail tonight. Michael S. is 3 entries via Venmo. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Good luck to you. Let's see. Okay. I'm using this tablet. I always print out my facts so that I don't get lost, but that's not what I'm doing. So Michael S. says, let's grab a nice lean pastrami on rye, drink a rye, and learn about, I can never say that word, Messianic? Messianic, I think is how you say it. Judaism, Christian fundamentalism. Yep, that pretty much sums it up. Okay. I might have to. One thing, I'm with a smart person, so she can usually help me with that stuff.
Get back.
All right, we're back. All right, so I'll go through the case summary. So we're making the Revolver.
Yes. We are making the Revolver today. The whole Patreon voted
Yes.
on this, and the ingredients are in the description, I believe. But
I hope
also,
so.
I'm going to be holding them up as I do it while you get kind of the whole show started. That way you don't spend too much time just hearing 2 ounces of bourbon. So you will see it and you will know what's in it. It's very straightforward. It's 2 ounces of bourbon. It was going to be Bullet. Now it's going to be Knob Creek. So it's going to be even better. A half ounce of coffee liqueur, and we're using Drunken Bean.
So Drunken Bean is actually local here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so this is from Center Briar Whiskey. I'm not a liqueur person.
Yeah.
You put this on ice. I want you to try it later, just on ice.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like a macchiato.
Okay. I'll go for it.
Sorry.
And then it's very straightforward. Then it's a couple of dashes of orange bitters. Mix that up all on ice. Pour it into your coupe glass. Get yourself a nice little garnish. And hopefully this is a delicious drink. I've never had it, so I don't know. But
So someone was telling me that if you make this drink and you flame that orange peel and then run it in, that it makes all the difference.
I forgot my blowtorch.
I have
so.
a ton,
Oh, that's true.
but I actually just didn't. I was like, you know what, priorities.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah.
Lil says there was a similar case here in my state recently. I'm going to court at the moment. What are you talking about?
Oh, they are international.
This kind
Is
of
it
case,
about
or are you
this?
guys talking about something else?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I love Lil says trigger warning. Yeah.
Yes.
Old man Joe is in my living room and he's in chat from there. Okay. So you can go ahead and start making this. I'm gonna go over the case summary so we can get moving along, especially since we started late. Because we're still gonna do our Patreon live Play-Doh. All right. So this case is, interestingly enough, it is ongoing. This is a community called the 12 Tribes. They're sometimes referred to by people as the Yellow Deli cult.
Mhm.
And that is because this community owns a bunch of delis internationally called the Yellow Deli,
Very creative.
where they meet people, members. So anyway,
Oh, sweet.
it's so lovely. I should have just hooked the mouse up to this.
Yeah. But then it wouldn't be able to connect to both.
Okay, so the community began in 1973 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It is international. They are all over the world, but their heaviest presence is in the United States. They started out being known as, the Light Brigade at first, but mostly as the Vine Christian Community. They've gone by Northeast Kingdom Community Church, Messianic. Is it Messianic? Is that how you say that word?
I think so.
I think so. Messianic, right?
It is.
Is your coffee liqueur sweetened? It tastes sweetened, Michael, as it does.
It has natural cane sugar, brown sugar in it. Yeah, and vanilla bean extract. So
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. They went by the Community Apostolic.
apostolic.
Yes, that word.
Come on, Catholic.
I know.
What's the half ounce of Denver?
Poor excuse of the Catholic. Okay. Anyway, so they're in France, Germany, Spain, Czech Republic, Canada, Argentina, Brazil, Australia, Japan, Mexico, US. That's just their delis. Isn't that crazy?
That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. So, it's definitely, we were leery of maybe doing this because they're here. They could be here.
Right.
Like,
They're current.
they tend to kind
They're
of,
ongoing. They have delis open.
I mean, like, there's a couple delis that aren't even called the Yellow Deli. They have other restaurants.
Yeah.
And there could be one by BSU.
Yeah, you can go to one and not know that that's what it is.
So, I want them to know that this is all facts we got.
Yeah. Other people say it first.
We were the first. Mm. Okay. Make sure you do not pour any hazmat 4 roses, Adriana. That's
I
Chris.
promise not to, Chris. I can't read anything, but I'll pour it off of what you say. I bet eyesight.
Can you see this?
No.
Oh, shit.
Can you see that?
With these? I don't know. I usually have my phone sitting right here.
Like,
Is
that acceptable?
Yeah, that's great. She made it bigger. I love it. I did that, and then I couldn't figure out how to use the mouse.
Story. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I usually just stick my phone right there.
That's a good idea.
All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. We are all over the map. Thank goodness we have a millennial back in the studio for tech support.
Who doesn't know how to dash?
Yeah. Mr. Brown got caught up in a conspiracy theory live stream.
Was about this?
Was it mine? No. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. So we are at the stirring part. What are we doing now?
I'm just stirring it on. I'll put on ice and I'm stirring it.
The mixing thing.
And then I use it to keep the ice.
I gotta show it off. I'm so excited. Do you guys, those of you that watched Whiskey in the Woods, remember my peacock glasses? It's the peacock pitcher. It's a mixing glass for the peacock glasses.
I didn't realize
that.
That's all she had, and so I brought all the rest of the stuff
You
for
did.
making cocktails.
You did. You came
Do this
prepared.
properly. Doesn't say to strain, but
It does
otherwise
say to
I'd have ice chunks.
Yeah,
Oh, it does?
Yeah, I probably just didn't write it down.
I didn't see it. I don't read, apparently, so strain it.
All right, here we go. Check the link, MC. I'm late, but I'm here now. You may begin, says Mike Stahl. Let's do it. Let's begin. Okay, so Eugene Spriggs was the founder. And ironically, this community is still flourishing, even though he passed away in 2018.
Yeah, it was
Something like that.
Yeah,
Not that long ago.
not long ago.
But they're just, so either his right-hand man stepped in or they're that self-governing, which I kind of feel like they might be that self-governing because they rely on each other so much. They said independence is frowned upon here. We strive to be codependent. We need each other.
So
that's weird. I mean, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But when we get into this case, you're going to see why that's really freaking weird.
I can really make okay cocktails. I don't make great garnishes, but I'm trying.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
Yay. I'd love to see you try to flame it. Cheers. Cheers. The Revolver, everybody. That's good. I like it.
That's weird.
I like it. But I like orange. I like citrus. That's strong.
I think like the sweet citrus is messing with my head.
I don't taste the drunken mean in it that much. It's a lot of citrus.
I don't taste the coffee. Yeah.
Did you
maybe I did way too much. But well, I did 4 because
because it's a double batch.
I kind of couldn't tell what I was doing, so I might have added an extra.
It tastes good to me. I'm gonna drink it.
Maybe don't go so hard on the bitters, or try different bitters if you don't like so much orange.
All right, there was a couple of people that were drinking Revolvers. Thoughts? No, I like that. I don't taste
less.
I don't taste much of that drunken mean though. Maybe it's just supposed to level it
A little
out.
more.
No.
Oh.
Do you?
I'm like, just alter this up.
I mean, you can play with it. Okay.
I'll see how mine goes, and then I'll.
All right. William Hall is here. There he is. There he is.
Also, highly recommend making these with a Knob Creek jigger.
Not my Jameson jigger that I had in there.
Everybody wants your Jameson jigger. Nope. You can have a Knob Creek one. When you can have a Knob Creek one. Otherwise, that one's great.
I like my Jameson jigger. Whatever. Thank you very
Christine
much.
Basco gave me this.
Oh, well.
I love it. So.
Okay, there's that.
So
I got mine in Ireland.
Neat.
All right, guys. Back to it. All right. So, what?
Tell me a story.
I will tell you a story. The founder, Eugene Spriggs. Let's get back to this. All right, I'm going to stay in here. I'm not going to scroll out. So he actually went to college for a psychology degree. I don't think he ever got it.
I think he did. I think he did and was drafted after college.
Okay,
I think
that's what happened.
it's kind of hard
then.
to tell because the only source, and others said this too, is their own website. So I don't know that anybody's contacted the University of Chattanooga and confirmed that he actually got this group. So, but my understanding,
We'll go with it.
he got it and then was drafted.
We'll go with it. Now I was gonna put their Deli link and their link in the description, but part of me was like, I don't really want to support everyone doing all those hits on their website, or encourage anyone that maybe like will go have a deli or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I didn't, but they do have websites you can look at because they are active at this point. It's interesting. It's very interesting how they portray their beliefs.
I did it to mine first to see if it would ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to add a little tiny bit to yours.
Didn't ruin it. Nick's in the living room, Mike.
I think it's vastly improved.
I think he's Will's new best friend. I'm just saying. Okay. So he was first married at 19, got divorced, then married, then divorced, then married. So he ended up with his fourth wife, Marcia, and he stayed with her for 12 years?
I mean, I think till...
No, longer than that, till he passed away.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, till he passed away.
They started this together.
Hanging with Ellie. So he started the 12 tribes with Martha. In fact, they opened the first deli together. It was the group's first business. Now, this group, to give you an idea, he was very religious his whole life. And then he kind of started, he went to Baptist church, I think it was. And pretty soon they were like, whoa, you're getting a little off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So he went over and he started this church, and he was preaching some odd things, but no one would recognize him as far as the other churches because he wasn't ordained.
Right.
But he's up there like being a preacher.
Yeah.
So that's okay though, because all other denominations are fallen.
Obviously, of course they are.
So just so you know, they're all wrong. He was drafted in the Army. He performed psychological testing on new recruits. Oh, that's not fucked up. He would measure an applicant's ability to absorb training and how useful that applicant could be. All right. He was involved in the party lifestyle. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the only part I know about is Eugene's background. And I guess like he was like religious, but then again, this is very much from them. And so they're like their representation of what may or may not be the truth.
Yeah.
But he was very religious, but was influenced by his surroundings and got in with the wrong crowd, and then tried to go back to write in college. And then in his next job, again, in with the wrong crowd, and was continually disappointing his dad. And his dad was like, you need to find God. And he's like, I don't even know what you mean.
You know what that sounds like to me? Opportunism.
Yeah.
It sounds like he wasn't religious or not religious. He was opportunistic.
Yeah, until it was like convenient to him. Yeah, whatever worked for him.
That's just my opinion, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, well, and also the kind of approach of like, it's not my fault that I was partying and smoking and drinking.
It's not my fault that I party
because of my surrounding. Like, okay,
yeah. So then he does this few marriages, but Marcia was a complete atheist.
Yeah.
So here he is, like finding God, and she's like, "What God?"
Yeah.
Crazy that actually, and then apparently, like she converted and believed she drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So they started the Light Brigade, and it was a teenagers ministry.
Yeah.
That's not weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's teenager ministries, but
yeah. But that's how they kind of, I think, got everything started. And it was out of their house, and it was just, it's like all times of the day. It's like a little bit better.
Yeah. More of the drunken bean.
Yeah.
More of the latte.
Right? It's a little better now.
So they started this teenager ministry, which to me is like, if you want to build a following, where do you start?
Young,
insecure, young, impressionable, no money, pissed off at the world.
Yeah.
They're perfect.
A lot of those yellow delis are outside of college campuses.
I'm pretty sure I just described myself.
It's like, wait a second.
So they opened this deli, right, in Chattanooga. They called it the Yellow Deli. And they got them everywhere, but the delis are almost always near a college.
Yeah.
So in theory, if they put it by the college, then they have right for the picking. Kids in transition,
Yeah.
They've just left their parents' home. They don't have a lot of money. They're looking for community and people to hang out with. Sometimes they've moved far away. It's brilliant.
Yeah. And the employees are known to be very friendly, very, starting up conversations with you and becoming your buddy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Much more so than like a normal place where maybe they know your regular order or whatever. They're known for, and they're not paid.
And they're not paid. They volunteer to do this as young as 7 years old.
Yeah.
That are in the back.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And even weirder, because they have like these huge communities, right? The people at the deli, a lot of them live there. There's rooms in the back.
What?
And they're like, look, we live here and we love this. And this is what Yeshua. So they don't even say God and Jesus. It's Yeshua.
Yeah, the Hebrew name.
Yeah. And their entire belief is around what he wants.
Yeah.
So again, I digress. So I get
those
there's so much.
There's one in Australia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm not surprised. I would think like
they're heavy everywhere.
Yeah.
And I get it. It is truly like peace, love, and rainbows.
Right.
And
up until
you
get too involved.
Usually it takes about a year before you get the full. But
right.
So there is in the sources, there's a YouTuber, a creator. Get a minute. He does these. It's a 10-part series. They're like 11 to 15 minutes long. They infiltrated and lived with this group for 6 weeks. And they bought it. So stuff that usually took like a year for them to tell people,
right,
they got within 3 weeks. So
they just came in fully embracing sort of
they're
thing.
Like, we're virgins.
Yeah. They're big into the male virgins, which...
And you have to give up your cell phone and all that. So they had spy glasses and spy watches. Anyway, if you get a chance, it's... I just blanked like I do. It's in the description. But I was glued to it. And that was after I actually had done all the research. Yeah. And they brought a whole different... And they did it, of course, probably for YouTube hits.
Right, yeah.
But mainly because no one could get any evidence on some of this shit that was going down. Okay. Let's talk about some of this shit going down. So in 1979, there was a huge anti-cult movement. So Eugene and his followers, they became the focus of some of that. Former members of the group had begun speaking out about some of the abuse that was going on, some of the parenting that they actually wrote books about. Mm-hmm. There's like a 275-page book on how you are supposed to parent your child if you don't want to face the consequences of...
That's the thing. And you can like get their books free on their website. I don't know if you can get all of them or the parenting one, but you can get a bunch of them there and see in print.
They're in my local library. I looked it up. Some of their books are in the library here. Yeah. Not the parenting one, but okay. They have a huge following, but so what happens is they gain your trust through a deli or they meet you or whatever the case is. They really push for you to spend the night. So on that YouTube channel, that's one thing that I didn't find in my research. It was like, it's first time business, like you could stay here for the night. It's a long drive home, and the young girl is talking to him and stuff. And, they're like, it was a whole, so they make this.
Also, it's bizarre to do that, but also like, especially if it's a girl talking to a guy.
Yeah, she's like, we just all, well, but the guys were
you have to be careful to do that in a way that it's not, we're inviting you to an orgy.
I don't think
we're trying to have a bunch of male virgins here.
I don't think they invite everybody back there.
Yeah.
It was more like these guys, they wanted to get into this group.
Yeah.
So they came in going, I'm tired of being bullied for being a virgin. And, you know, I just believe that God this and society is wrong. And, you know, just kind of made themselves right for the picking.
Can you imagine going to get your coffee and they're like, you want to sleep over and stay for the night? Like,
no, actually,
I don't want to drink no coffee.
What happened is they went into the deli and they get to talking and they're like, hey, well, do you want to come? We live out on this farm. We're self-supporting. You know, we eat what we grow and this and that. He's like, that's so cool. He's like, yeah, do you want to come to a wedding tomorrow?
No.
Sure, that sounds cool, man.
With my spy glasses.
But it's not like a normal wedding.
Oh.
I ran out of time to do the overlay, but it looks, when you think of what a cult wedding would look like, they're all holding hands in a circle. Someone's in the middle. You know, it's just like, oh my God, not the community, not the cult. Obviously. Obviously. Lilith, love how you went straight to the orgy, Andrea. Man. Oh. So, anyway, so there was this huge anti-cult movement. So they left because these, you know, other members are starting to come out and speak. And they go to, what was it, Vermont? So they go to Vermont. And this is when people in society started to kind of doubt that peace, love, and rainbow message, right? Because they're starting to hear that there's so much child labor, child abuse going on. So let's get into that. First, you have to give away all your belongings. You have to cut off ties with all your relationships, but it's not a cult. You give yourself to doing what is expected of you so that you are prepared for the second coming.
Good.
So the second coming is after he has built his following of 144,000 male virgins.
See, this is one part that I like about it, in that it's like, finally, they're going to have virgins instead of female virgins.
They're going to sacrifice 144,000 male.
Equality. This call is for equality. Just kidding, I do not endorse the sacrifice of any virgins, but I'm just... It's nice to see the table flipped for once.
If they're going to sacrifice a virgin, may it be a man.
Right?
By finding 144,000 male virgins.
That's why they have to start this whole thing.
But and actually, what they call it's actually going to be a massive suicide, is from what I'm understanding.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're not literally going to take them up on an altar. But
next.
Okay, see, it's not funny. We're bad. Go straight to hell. Michael asks, I only go to weddings if the cake has buttercream frosting. Whipped cream frosting is the work of the devil. Okay, I may have overreacted.
So we know what Michael S.'s cult would be about. The frosting.
Baker Drinks is here. I am back from my 6-week hiatus in the mountains/woods. Yeah. So I owe you a stream, Baker Drinks. I do. I've been putting them off for a while and I feel really bad about it. Same with Whack and Darrell. So, okay. Again, see, I squirreled. So you give away all your shit.
Yep. Check.
Don't talk to any of your family.
Check.
No money.
These are, you know how there's like the like key flags about a serial, you know, they're like, oh, they abuse
the
animals sort of thing, you know, and wet the bed and whatever.
These are cult
These
flags.
are all the cult red flags.
Oh my God, you know what we need right now? We need Kathy Joe's red flags.
Red flag?
I think they're behind me, but anyway. So and then you have to give up your name.
Oh.
So you get a Hebrew name.
Okay.
And that serves them in a couple of ways. A, it strips you of your identity.
Yep.
And B, no one knows who the fuck you are.
Yet another checklist item checked off on how to be a cult.
Yeah. So then they believe in hard work. Men go out and do manual labor from morning to night.
They have to tire them out so that they stay virgins.
So the men are in the gardens. And so when those guys went in, they show this little girl who's out there working in the garden. It's hot. She's dripping sweat, you know, and she's just moseying along, you know, she's been there her whole life. And he's like, oh my gosh, you're such a good worker. How old are you? She says, I'm 6. And then there was another one where there was like a 3-year-old talking, and I'm like,
What is?
yeah, they're working
Yeah.
harder than some of these guys, but
Right.
all the guys are working hard.
Right.
It's like hard work will get you to heaven. And then the women, they're in the kitchen doing women's stuff. Because this society believes in very submissive women. You do what the men say, when the men say it. There's no. You are no form of birth control. You will have a natural childbirth to pay for the sins of Eve. You will never. No one ever gets medical care or medicine. They don't believe in it. If God wants you to live, you will live. And if you die, you probably did something against God.
Why did God invent medical doctors?
Oh, because society is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Society did that. They went against God.
God let him.
So, I mean, I don't know what to say about that.
Mom?
I
Mom
did. I was going to get there.
Right.
No, not you. I mean, I was going to. I'm glad you keep me on track because I tend to scroll
Also,
out.
I don't think we've actually, have we said it? Or maybe we said it when I got ice.
What?
Mystery box giveaway.
Just really,
It's happening,
briefly.
y'all. It's
Yes.
going down.
Whiskey box giveaway at the end of the stream, as usual. Tag MC. Patreon only. Afterwards, we might actually use this cool little smoker thing that I got and maybe make a smoked old fashioned.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some of the people in my living room to come on that patron stream.
Maybe.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, I did see, I lost it. There we go. Mullen's in for 3. Boy, these are some really good freaking odds, but let's see what Mullen had to say. Mullen, we're going to see you tomorrow, right? Yes, maybe, kind of. Also, it looks like William Hall was also in for 4 entries.
Thanks, William Hall.
Woo-hoo! I'm trying to multitask and it's not working out so well for me. All right, there's Mullen. Mullen says, hey, you want a sandwich? Want extra meat, extra cheese? We will protect you. Extra dressing? Come with me. Tomatoes, lettuce? Wear these clothes. Toasted bread? Put on these chains. That'll be $10. I own you now.
Pretty much.
That was a pretty good one. I'm pretty sure that I love that in a way that I shouldn't. Okay. Yep, that's just like the one here. They stopped a little girl's insulin and she dies. They believe she would come back to life if God had that plan. They these guys that went in undercover, and you guys should watch their thing. He had a fake fiance and kind of the same thing. He played up this whole thing, and she passed away and all this stuff. And they their take on that was just I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
I can't. So Maureen Franchi, okay. I did not. Okay. So then so you give away your stuff, you work all day, you give up your name. If you're a woman, you're totally screwed. But if you're a kid, you're really screwed.
Yeah.
So they believe that, and they take these little passages out of the Bible and out of context. And they truly believe that, and you can move that over if you want.
Yeah. Let me help you out.
Yeah, that's awesome. They truly believe that if you what was it? Once the spanking stops, I don't know. Anyway, basically, if you don't beat the shit out of your kids, they're going to go to hell, and it's your fault.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it boils down to.
You have to beat the will out of them. You break their will is part of their
and
that's
and they don't
literally what
they're like, we never use our hands. You don't ever do that. Don't ever hit with your hands. We have balloon sticks, or also known as beating rods.
Beating rods, yeah.
They're kept in the back. There's a place where they keep them. Then I think they have some at home as well.
Yeah.
And these children, as young as 4 to 6 months old, were beat with these rods. And these people believe that this is their way to God when the second coming comes.
Yeah.
They're
raising the generation.
They're
that's
raising
supposed to be
the 144,000. Yeah, they're creating this 144,000 army.
Yeah.
And the hard part about it is, you think, oh my God, that's awful. If that's not awful enough, these would last 7 to 8 hours sometimes. For something as simple as there was a 3-year-old that had his hand in his mouth like this. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what child doesn't do that at some point?
I do it.
Yeah.
I do it. No ideas, Will. No ideas.
Making airplane sounds, like
Yeah.
any basically normal childish behavior.
Babies crying. A baby that tried to turn over when they were getting their diaper changed. And here's the thing about some of the other children, when you get a little bit older from like 3 to 17, you are supposed to accept the discipline. So if the children don't accept the discipline, then that's something's going on with how you are giving the discipline if they're not receiving it. And whether or not you received it is a matter of perception, right? It could be that maybe you cried or you didn't cry, or it could be that you you said sorry or you sat down and prayed, or I don't know. Every perception was different.
Mm-hmm.
But if your child didn't receive the discipline, then you took that child to someone else and maybe they would receive it from them. And so then they would beat them.
Right.
And then if that didn't work, they would take that child to someone else.
Yeah.
There was a former member, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but she's done many interviews. Sammy? Anyway, starts with an S. Anyway, she is now a huge advocate. She has started some groups to support people trying to get out of cults.
Right.
But she said she remembers at about the age of 7, something had happened to her dad's guitar or something, and one of the kids said she did it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I didn't do it. And so she was beaten. And she said, I didn't do it. And so she didn't receive the punishment. So then she was sent to the neighbor, who then she was sent to one of the elders. And she said, I was raised that they can hear God. God talks to them.
Right.
And she said, all I could think of was, God, why won't you tell them that I didn't do this?
Yeah.
And that's when she knew, once I'm 18, I'm out of here because they're full of shit.
Yeah.
God would tell them I didn't do this.
Also, you're encouraging kids to be liars and to lay the blame on whoever else so that you don't get the beat. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
So that was fun. All right. So then, these children, they don't know anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're now working in the deli as they get a little older. They're, out in the farm working. They're in the community. They're so convincing that as you walk up to one of these delis, there could be a college student on the street that would be like, I mean, I don't know. I've heard about this whole cult thing. I've seen it on the internet. But they seem so very cool. Like they're so nice.
Right.
And, I'm just so overwhelmed here that I think, I mean, they really help each other out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so did Manson.
Yeah. Right. Up until. That's the thing. They're very charismatic. They're good at tricking you, and you feel safe. You're young. You're stressed about school or whatever, and you think the whole world's on your shoulders. It's easy to manipulate. Be like, I'm in shoulder to cry on, and
there's
different way of life.
But and I'm not going to try and quote it because I'll get it wrong. But there is something in the Bible that they pulled out that's something about like stripes and marks equal something in children, like discipline or whatever.
Oh,
yes. You know what I'm talking about?
There was something about the bluer. It was like about purifying and forgiveness or something, but it was like there's a quote in that parenting book about if they've truly been disciplined and if they're truly going to be like become good, then the bluer they are, meaning like the worse the bruises are.
And basically that's what this whole thing is founded on, is we're raising this generation that is going to take us all to the second coming. And so your job is to discipline them and get them where they need to be. And the only way that's going to happen is if you beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Now, they don't tell you that right away.
Yeah. Also, they skip the whole logic of their own founder was married and divorced 3 times, married again a 4th time, and was not beaten the crap out of, yet apparently was good enough to lead them and start all of this.
Yeah.
But somehow he could become good and worthy and forgiven without being
And so then let's just say none of that was going on. Let's just take that physical abuse out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, once you hit about 17, they start explaining to you that at 18, you're getting married and you're having kids. Period. That's what you're doing. That is how you get to the second coming.
Jesus.
So, I mean, you got a small pool that you're picking from at this point.
Yeah.
But then let's just take all that out. Let's talk about their thoughts on marrying outside your race, or I don't know how else to put it. Basically, racism. So,
yeah,
they believe that you are given a task in life by God, and it's up to you how well you're going to do that task. Even though you don't like it, or maybe it's hard, or, you know, like their friggin' 16-hour manual work days. Right. They're like, this life sucks. He said to that kid, you sure you want to do this? Like, this is awful. But if we survive it, they don't call it a life, they call it something else. But basically, when this life is over, we're going to be in charge, and we're going to be the chosen ones. Right. So this may suck this entire time, but it's going to pay off in the end. Yeah.
So it's like training for a race, I guess, or something. So you still have to run the race at the end, so it still sucks.
Yeah, or you see grown men that are almost in tears because of what they have to do to their kids, but they know that it's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah.
So what they think is you are given whatever task that is, and you do it as expected. Mm-hmm. That would include slavery. Let's use that example that they talk about. So in their eyes, that was their task, was to be a slave. But God gave them a house to sleep in and someone to take care of them and food to eat.
That's not taking care of.
And so if they chose to leave slavery, they went against God. Yeah. And so whatever happens to them, they deserve.
Yeah.
Same with Hitler and all of the others. Hitler's like they're big fanboys and stuff of Hitler. It's just, and I know I'm taking some of this out of context because I don't want to get so deep into it because it is so disturbing. Reminder, we're just telling the story. We don't believe the things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too deep into it. Like some of these stories and records that we looked into, just are disgusting. They're just disgusting.
Yeah. And it's hard to get into too, because it's where you get into the difficulty of like evidence, right? Because even with the ones where they have these recordings of them going in and talking, the community could come back and be like, oh, well, that's that one guy that they talked to. Like, it doesn't represent all of us. And whenever somebody points out stuff in their books or whatever, they're like, well, you're taking it out of context.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no context that actually makes that.
I don't think there's a context you can put some of that in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So these guys that infiltrated and did the spyglass thing, which is so fucking cool. But anyway, I know I'm referencing them a lot, but I love the fact that I was able to get the factual stuff and then watch this thing and kind of put it all together.
Yeah. I mean, you so rarely ever get to see like actual interaction within the cult.
I was like glued to it. I'm like, play.
Yeah, that's cool.
But he had this fake fiance, and he's already in. They already love him. They already trust him. So he decides, you know what? Let's fuck with him.
Yeah.
So he's like, we're 3 days away from getting married, and she won't come here and visit, and she's having gay thoughts. A gay thought.
Yeah.
About a girl. But I mean, we're getting married, and but it does concern me about us coming and living here. And they're like, basically, like, she's fucked.
Yeah.
There's consequences to that shit.
Yeah.
So, and it was like, well, you're the man, you need to, she needs to follow you, or she's not a wife, and this and that.
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh my God, she came to visit, and then after she left her, she got super sick with asthma. It turned into pneumonia, and she's in the hospital, and her mom's been texting me, she's not doing good. Do you think it's because of her thought? And they're like, oh yeah, most definitely. It's most definitely because of her
one thought.
That thought, like, she pissed off God. These are her consequences. So then he goes, I think I should go see her. And they're like, no. He'd never tried to leave. He's like, I think I should go see her. She's just, right down there.
Yeah. Like, no, stay isolated.
I don't think I could live with myself if I don't go see her. And they're like, no, you stay here and you pray. And he's like, yeah, but you don't understand. And then they were like, you're not fucking going. So he literally, you see, he's bolting to his car. He's in the car. He's like, they're chasing me. And he gets away.
Oh, hell no.
So he waits. He waits like a couple days and then he comes back.
Yeah.
And he's like, I really thought I had to do this. And she passed away. And I didn't know where else to go. And you were so right. I should have prayed. She brought this on herself, you know. And they're like, you know, he supposedly just lost his fiance who's they're about to get married. And they're like, yeah, she shouldn't have been thinking about a girl. There's consequences to be paid. This is what happens.
Yeah.
They believe this, though. They're not like all these followers.
Right. Yeah, that's not even like just some top leader kind of thing. Like they have been great. And I mean, but that's when you do all of those early steps of isolation and renaming and changing their idea and working them so hard so that it makes critical thinking difficult, like over time, then it just brainwashes them into believing insane and being so whatever the opposite of empathetic is. Where this person's loved one dies.
Judgmental
even if you believe that person was doing evil.
What's that
immediately?
You don't give a shit about anything. I
right there. I'm like,
freaking words.
Yo.
Oh, God. But I truly think the most disturbing part of this, next to the child abuse, is that there are so many of them, and they are all over the world today. They could be sitting at the grocery store, walking through the grocery store with you. Probably not because they grow their own food, but you know what I'm saying? I think
sometimes you need your potato chips.
Sociopath. No, I was thinking of, God, what's that word? It starts with an A, I think. When you
apathetic.
Nope.
No.
Okay, it's gonna come to me at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we'll put a comment.
Callous is close. It's more like you don't care either way.
Oh,
what is that word? Either way, you don't care either way. You're indifferent.
That doesn't start with an A. Apathetic means the same thing.
Hi, GZ. Hello. So this got better with the more drunken mean, by the way.
Right? Yeah, I think
that was good.
I think it was my fault on the dashes bitters, but also I
definitely wasn't my fault. That's why I don't make them.
That was me not understanding the model bitters. Michael made it and
poured around some simple syrup. Oh,
yeah, because he doesn't have the drunken bean because it's not sweetened. Yeah. Should have used less, but it did make it a lot better. So I guess if your coffee liqueur is not already sweetened, add just a touch of sweetness to help it. So I loved it. Like, I mean, maybe love is a strong word for me. If it was colder, I think I'd enjoy it more. But like, I would order this again once I fixed it. So
this is a country music girl that actually
she
puts
looks like
this out. Yeah.
Yep. That's legit.
Something Hauser. What the frick is her name? Cass Hauser. Something. I don't know. Anyway.
Dude named Randy Hauser.
No, it's a girl. It's a blonde, gorgeous blonde. Anyways, so you take away the child abuse, the FBI, the local police, everybody was investigating them over all these years. There was a huge raid in 1984.
Yeah, 1984.
1984. They went and they took all these kids. Yep. One kid was taken and she was just there visiting her aunt. They took them all, they loaded them up on a bus. The kids wouldn't talk. The parents wouldn't talk. They had no proof. They could see the marks and bruises, but they had no solid proof. They botched this freaking raid.
Yeah, that was botched. They did it very poorly. It was terrifying for the children. They didn't understand what was going on. There's no like social workers involved. It was just like, get on this bus and come with us. And the trauma, the community got to play the victim card on this for years and years of like, well, the government came in and took our children and like, we're protecting our children from the government traumatizing them and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So that's why like those YouTubers went in is they were trying to get some footage to end this shit because now this was started in what, 73?
Yeah.
So we're looking at, well, shit, I was born in 73. 51 years. I mean, I'm not 51.
You meant to say 93.
My bad.
And this has been going on since 73.
So for over 50 years, this shit's been going on and nobody can stop it. Now, I think it was in Germany that it is actually, it's more than just child abuse.
Even corporal punishment
Corporal
is illegal.
punishment is a crime.
So spanking is illegal.
So they were actually charged with a crime.
So they left.
Yeah, they bailed. They're like, oh, they do have a deli there still, though.
They have a bunch of children that disappeared, like because sometimes it's like one parent or what have you, and so like they have missing kids in the German thing that they found some of them and were able to bring some back, but some it's just, and they'll do that where they're missing, so they'll send them, like one from the States. There was one that they found in Spain.
Yeah.
Like that's what they want the kids.
Well, and my glass.
He's supporting my apathetic word, and I appreciate it.
Gee, the FBI screwed up a raid and displayed apathetic behavior. That's shocking.
That's a first. I mean, who's heard of that?
And I mean, they're so hidden in plain sight.
Yeah. And because I never heard of them until you brought it up. Like,
I was floored when I really started looking at it. At first, I'm like, oh, there's a cult right now.
Yeah.
Community right now.
Yeah.
And then I started looking into it, and I'm like, these people are freaking horrible. But see, they think that we're horrible because our beliefs are, like we are tainted. We are just, we don't understand.
Or we're in a fallen
denomination. We're fallen.
So I do think we are allowed and justified in calling them a cult. I looked it up. I checked this out. So the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is super legit, defines them as a Christian fundamentalist cult because they have I got to read my tiny handwriting, charismatic, authoritative leader. They have
charismatic,
authoritarian leader. So that's like one check on the list.
Okay.
Extremist ideology, double check. All or nothing belief system, triple check. And uses coercion to control and exploit members, quadruple check. So they 100% qualify and are classified as a Christian fundamentalist cult, and we're allowed to call them that, and it's like all over the thing. So I think we're cool.
Wait, hold on. Cult. Run! It's freaking, I don't know. I think that, so here's another one. MC says Germany also doesn't allow homeschooling. Nah, it's okay. I've been winging it for a while now. And did I say anything I missed?
Thank you, Richie Z.
Oh, yes. Very good reminder. Tomorrow's the big day.
Yes. Yeah. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're doing my yearly Alzheimer's fundraiser, the Whiskey Mountain Blend. And again, I get to do it here with freaking Michelle because she's awesome. So her and Will are being really sweet and letting me and Nick come here and do this here. So I do this every year. All the money goes towards the Alzheimer's Association. So it helps support research. Thank you.
And she's a researcher.
I research Alzheimer's disease. And it also helps the families and caretakers and patients, with their diagnosis, with understanding and giving them, helpful support and stuff. So, I mean, it's sort of the major organization for this. And this community has just been amazing year after year after year. So I'm so excited to do that tomorrow.
I mean, I know for a fact, because you have your list, but I know for a fact there's a crap ton of people donating that haven't got on that list yet. Yeah. And I've seen some of the stuff that gets donated in the past.
Yeah.
Most of you guys that are in this chat know that we had some stuff go on. We've been super, dealing with some shit. So we aren't able to go to the Junkies meetup. Yes. It's Bourbon in the Barn. I keep wanting to call it Person in the Barn.
I know. Yeah.
Bourbon in the Barn. So our VIP tickets are going into that. As well as
VIP tickets.
Yeah, 2 VIP tickets that you can't get.
Right.
And then of course our bottle packages.
Yeah.
But
there's a bunch of new bottles that are coming into this that we're after this going to figure out how we're working them in. that are not even on the website yet. But if you do want to see what's already been donated, go to whiskeymountains.com. Super easy. People have been dropping links and stuff, but easy to remember, whiskeymountains.com. And the first thing you see on the homepage is the link to the page that has the actual list and where to donate and enter for it. Yeah, and there's the link to actually enter. It's $5 per ticket. You don't have to be there to win. You don't have to be present.
Nope, you could donate now and then never show up.
Never show up. I will email every winner, put them in contact with the donor of their prize. I will also post publicly, just a general name kind of thing for everything so that everybody can find that. Those are and you can win more than once. So,
yeah. So let's say you win this bottle and then you get caught.
Right.
Great. Now you get 5. I do know that there's like 19 or 20 more coming that aren't on the list.
Yeah.
So, Mom, anytime you want. And that's the greatest thing. She's not doing it through super chats or anything. It all directly goes to them.
Yeah.
Doesn't even pass through her hands.
Yeah. Yeah. It never touches my bank account. It's straight to the Alzheimer's Association. They're like walk to end Alzheimer's thing. So it never touches, and every penny of it, 100% of that goes towards the Alzheimer's Association. Mm-hmm. I always post how they use that money too. So you can see very transparent how that's all being used. The first year I did it, I did PayPal and Venmo and the walk page.
It's hard.
And I paid the consequences.
I did that. I did that with the Casa one that I did with Dara. Yeah.
And it was still a grad student then. Still a grad student.
If it goes through us, we get taxed the crap out of it.
So now I just do it through there, but it's been great. Everybody's been able to do it simply and stuff. And I mean, it's just like, I'm also really proud of it in that when I started doing it, Jason would do his, St. Jude's fundraiser that he did. But that was pretty much the only other big fundraiser at the time. And it wasn't as publicized and kind of organized as this one is. And since I started doing mine, I've gotten to help other channels set up theirs, and this community has built up such amazing support for so many different causes, people who are in need of help.
You always track for them.
I'll track. It's just I'm so proud of it, not just for what it's done for Alzheimer's, but for how it's expanded in the community to help suicide.
Okay, and I think that's wonderful that you say that. But I'm going to say something totally different. What I'm going to say is I know that many people are fundraisered out. There have been so many fundraisers for all good causes, but there have been a lot. I am here to say this fundraiser, in my opinion, is so different. A, because the giveaway is so much better. B, because Adriana isn't just raising money to write a check. She has dedicated her adult life to finding a cure for Alzheimer's. She could make so much more money with her degree and knowledge somewhere else. She chooses to research a cure for Alzheimer's for pennies. Yeah. And so this isn't just writing a check. And this helps her research, not directly, but indirectly. Yeah. And she doesn't usually toot that horn. Yeah. And so I know some people are fundraisered out, but don't even give super chats to get in the drawing. I mean, unless you really think you're going to win something great. But tomorrow is where the money, it's going somewhere great.
Yeah.
And the giveaways, especially the people that come into the stream and the chat, they get into it. They start throwing in more stuff they're giving away. The list just grows.
Yeah, it's always fun to see. It's we started out with this many and all this time, and that list got way longer. Yeah. And again, you don't have to be there to win a bottle that is added later on or whatever. You can enter now. You are entered for every prize on the list. Unless we do any special time point ones.
Mom wants to know what the record was last year.
Oh, how much was raised last year? Oh my God.
With the walk and everything, it was 15.
My brain is completely gone. I know total, in the 3 previous years I've done it, I've raised over 40,000. I forget the exact amount. I think last year was 11, which was really great. Was 11,000.
Okay, so 11,000 last year. Yeah. So we definitely can knock that out this year.
We'll give it a try. But like you said, I do know people have fundraisers out there have been a ton, and for all good things. So like, I'm not in any way complaining. Y'all have always just been amazing, and I appreciate it. Start the show with your dogs. Yes. With dog yawns, that should, yeah. If everybody gets drunk at the beginning, then they're more likely to just throw in money. Right?
Yeah. Speaking of yawns, I wonder where Ellie is.
Yeah.
We can't really do Murphy because he's a, oh my gosh, he's so much.
I love him. Oh, baby polar bear. He's so cute.
He's very cute.
Yeah,
he loves me so much. He really loves me.
He's like, where is Mama?
I woke up this morning and he's sitting up like this on the bed, looking at me. Just, that's not creepy.
I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, he's a little, I don't know.
So have we?
Okay, so here we go. Here's the thing. We are 20 after the hour. I did tell MC we would wrap this up by 7:30 our time. So you guys have 10 minutes. Well, you guys have about 5 minutes. Yep. 5 minutes to enter to play the mystery box giveaway. There is very few entries.
Yeah, there's solid odds.
Yeah.
There's I think there's a couple cool things in here.
Adriana had free pick out of the bunker for women whiskeys. So she went in there with full permission to grab whatever she wanted. She picked 2 bottles. So there's at least 2 bottles in there that Adriana picked.
Yep. 2 things I would enjoy for it.
So there you go.
Yeah, so a couple more minutes to enter. You should totally do it.
Then if you're a patron, guys, come over to the after stream.
Yep.
I think we're gonna make that smoked old fashioned, do some chat and pub style, give away some Plinko shit.
Yeah.
Maybe talk some insider scoop on that fundraiser tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
I think as far as the case goes, pretty much as it stands, it's still very current. But also a lot of the kids who grew up in it,
they're leaving. Some of them are leaving now.
They can't stand the idea of them having children and having to do what was done to them. So my understanding is they're kind of leaving in droves. I think that's going to be enough to actually.
It's kind of like some are leaving, some get pulled back. They have to pay some serious consequences. Some are leaving and they're speaking out.
Yeah.
Many though were raised that if you don't do this, you're fucked.
Yeah.
There's this girl, and she had been there, I don't know why else. She'd been there most of her life, and if not all. And she started questioning something. I don't even remember what it was. It was something small. And they're like, get out. Mike Stoll, $20 super chat because I trust Adriana to pick good stuff.
Now I'm just going to purposely sabotage you, Mike.
Good luck, Mike.
Change out that one.
So they're like, listen, you aren't with us. You're against us. Get out. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know anything. This is all I know.
Yeah.
And like, you have to go. She's like, I don't have money. I don't have a place to go. I don't. And she's telling them, please, Yeah. And they're like, no. And so they literally took her into the city, dropped her off.
Making an example of her. That's what.
And so a guy who knew her before she went into the cult was down where they all surf and saw her digging through a trash can. And he's like, oh my God, that's the girl I used to know.
Yeah.
And she had nothing. They just get out. So I think it's not so easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to be like, okay, you woke up, you don't want to beat your kids or whatever, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You want medical attention because you're going to die. It's not that easy to go. You literally don't know anything about the outside world except for the fact that they're all going to die during the second coming.
Right. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Well,
but anyway, I am curious, and I am going to dig in. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes of that YouTube.
Oh,
that did that. There's also the YouTube that I sent you.
Yeah.
She's also a podcast.
Okay.
That was an amazing one. It's just, I think it's hard because I like a case that I always said I don't do unsolved mysteries. I like a case that starts, has a middle, and then ends.
Yeah.
And this sticks with me because it's still happening to these kids to these young adults, to these people that don't know any better.
Yeah.
They're targeting college students. They're
Yeah.
targeting people that are bullied or sad. And it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
So we're going to do stuff like this to make them known so that you don't go to the yellow deli.
Yeah, avoid
and
yellow deli.
Give them your money.
I feel bad for any deli that just happens to be yellow and gets like a bad, like people think it's like a yellow deli. And
it's not painted yellow. The name is.
Call it yellow deli.
They actually have a website, yellowdeli.com.
Yeah. So,
all right, here we go.
Double check your deli.
William Davlar, $20 super chat. 2 for Michael S. And 2 for John Kranz. Very nice.
Make sure you're not getting your sausage from virgin males.
Wait. Make sure you're getting your sausage from virgin males. 144,000 virgin males. When they, you know why
Would
they
you trust that sausage?
Do you know why? Do you know why they set that number so high?
Because it's going to be impossible to ever get to.
They'll never have to do the suicide because by the time, okay, I'm a virgin. I believe in you. I'm willing to give my life.
Yep. Hot chick one.
Now I'm 30. I'm married. I'm having kids. I'm not a virgin anymore. Next. I mean, it's the perfect fucking thing.
Also, it's a good way to get them to rush into those marriages.
Yeah. You know what? Sex sounds good. And
arrange that marriage for me right now.
If someone else could die so that I could go to the second coming, that's even better.
Yep. That'd be good.
Oh my God.
Now I'm starting to get their logic. The more alcohol I drink, the more their logic is finally coming through. It's still bad logic.
That's Satan. That is Satan in your glass.
Yep. Whoops. That is fallen.
We are done. We're cutting off the giveaway.
Cutting it off.
Really good odds tonight, guys. We are going to need, let's see what our number is tonight. Ready?
Okay.
I'm going to give this to you. Okay. You are very good at this. So MC has put all of the entries into this beautiful spreadsheet for us. Wow, those are good odds.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, shit.
How do we pick the numbers? Because I can see everything. So
yes, you can see everything. I need Mike Stahl. You know what? Malum, pick a number. What number are we doing here?
Oh, 26, I believe. 26.
Okay, Malum, please pick a number between 1 and 26. Would you go back to that for me real quick?
Oh, yep. Nope.
There you go. Where do you get 26 from? Where do you see
that?
It's up there. Okay, perfect. That's what I struggle with every week.
Oh, the total?
Yes.
It's up here.
All right, Malum, 1 and 26, please. 1 and 26.
Malum's going to choose his losing streak. I love it.
Thank you, MC, for telling us
how
many entries, and thank you for tracking. Yes. You know, every time I ask her, she's like, yes. I don't think she's ever told me no, and that's awesome. Hi, Donald Rance. You missed all the good story.
Yo, yeah. You missed
you didn't.
Crazy.
Malum, are you here and want to pick a number between 1 and 26? That'd be great. I almost shoved this girl in minutes. I'm just saying.
Don't do that. I don't recommend drinking.
All right.
Water.
Number 3.
All right.
Oh, you can't feel bad because she's randomizing. It has nothing to do with you.
It's all
number 3.
Super secret.
Oh my gosh, Michael S.
Scrolls.
Mom, you win. We shared the screen. It's really was you. I watched it happen.
That was legit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was funny.
But I have to say, Michael S. says, let's pick 12, the square root of 140.
No, I am actually curious. If we had. No.
Okay. So, Mom,
pick a number 1 through 6. Your curse is broken. Hopefully, if you get a bottle, it just happens to be like your least favorite bottle in the world, and then your curse is still continuing.
Here's the thing, Adriana.
Yes.
You are here. We have not actually had any whiskey straight together tonight. She rolled in. We immediately dove into our case.
Immediately at the desk, computers out.
Yep, exactly. And then came in here.
Yeah.
So I just want to say I'm so happy you are here. I wish that you could be here for in person for every criminals and cocktails.
We do so many more of them.
We would do so many more. But I'm so glad that you're here. I look forward to this so much. And honey, we gotta do it more. We gotta do it more.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
For like actually having us here to do all of this nonsense.
And my dogs love you.
I love your pups. I'm gonna steal a little Murph's, except he'd be heartbroken. Ooh, I chose.
All right. Okay.
There was an off creek in front of me, so I chose.
Did we pick a number? I don't see one. Mom, I just need you to pick a number.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm so sorry.
FNA. Okay, let's pick.
Oh, that's me.
Alrighty.
You know what I realized? I need another air conditioner out
This
here.
is difficult. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Try wearing,
Huh?
try wearing a flannel.
No, I'm barely wearing clothes. All right, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. It is a Women of Whiskey's coupe glass.
We
Look at
can
these.
personally recommend it.
So, Mom, you can take that coupe glass and I'll give it to you when you stop by tomorrow. Or you can try again and see if there's something else.
Right, I get to meet Mom tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, from what I understand, Mom and his beautiful wife are going to come by tomorrow. Yes. Bourbon Engineer, cheers, y'all. Who stole my novelty?
What is that, Bourbon Engineer?
John Krantz, cheers, Jim and Donald. John Krantz, I did not see you in here. Hello, I did see my husband give you some entries, but what's that, John Krantz? Okay, Mom, you want this? You want to try again? Oh, that's pouring out Creek.
Yep.
All right, so don't worry, guys. We're gonna do this one more time for those that entered, and then
It's gonna go for number 2.
all right, good Lord. All right, here we go.
Donald,
Got it.
Discord.
Ah, yes, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Discord
Okay.
kills my computer, so I always have it closed. So I'm sorry if I had missed.
I don't know how to use Discord.
It's confusing. I'm not. It's
Will,
like, it's like a
knows.
whole world. Yeah.
Yeah, Will knows Discord. I do not. Okay, 2. Dun 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 dun. What did she pick? What did she pick? She picked Michelle Lynn glasses.
I felt duty bound to not pick a Knob Creek.
This is a B523 Elijah Craig barrel proof.
And I have been revisiting mine and really enjoying it. So I was excited when I saw it. I was like, I thought this would be a fun one.
So,
There you go.
Mom, tomorrow. There you go. All right, let's do it again.
I'm so excited I got to prove that I'm
Let's leave that
capable
out.
of picking something other than Knob Creek.
I mean, so you picked mine. You picked some Heaven Hill, which is
Sorry.
all me. Yay!
You have a good amount in there.
I do. No, that's not for all the stuff in there is for giveaways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like get in there, get that
So-
stuff. So we did.
I was about to
Mala.
start shopping in there. Are you kidding? I saw one thing and I was like, what?
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
Nick was like, can we get? I'm like, no. That.
Okay, so how many entries do we have now?
Oh, sorry. I was
Mom,
distracted 'cause I
I'm
was-
literally drinking that right now. The B523 is almost empty, so gonna need a refill.
Hey, perfect. See?
Woo!
I choose well. What can I say? Okay, this will just take 2
Dun,
seconds.
dun, dun.
That's only.
She's so good at this.
I feel like I'm being slow because the scroller thing is backwards of my brain, and so I keep scrolling opposite, and then getting confused.
Okay, what are we at for entries?
So we are now at 23 entries.
23 entries.
Who are we picking?
Well, if I had a dog,
Michael's already giving us number
if I
12.
had a dog, whoever walked in with the dog, I would have picked, but I don't have a dog.
True.
So we're gonna let Michael S pick 12.
Michael S says 12. All right. Everything's so okay. But like you saw it.
I did see it.
Em, if you're still in, you can see it.
Yeah, M can see this too. MC, you have to vouch that Michael S picked his own number.
And I could command Z twice, and you would be able to see that Mullen picked his number.
Mom says I like 12. Yeah, so Michael S, you're playing the mystery box giveaway game.
Apparently, the magic is just like whoever wants to win, you throw in your number.
Well,
first.
there weren't that many entrants. So,
Yeah, true.
I mean,
That that helped.
That helps, right?
helps.
And there's not
Saving
any
it for the all
money
summer
laundering.
fundraiser. I get it.
Yeah, saving the money for the fundraiser. Absolutely. Okay, number 5.
All right. Número 5. I don't actually know what's in any book.
Da, 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 da. Yes.
If you would like to bring sexy back in a pair
Bring
of
your sexy.
I'm bringing sexy back women of whiskey's leggings, you can keep number 5, or
Or you can try again.
you cannot bring sexy back and you pick another box. So what's it gonna be?
Oh
My God.
Oh my God. William was like, yeah, congrats.
It's like, I've been there, but
Oh.
what are we thinking?
No, my hair sticks to Number 6, please.
I hate it when that happens. Yeah.
Oh.
Check it. All right, number 6.
It's a rocks glass.
It's the bubble butt glass.
It's a bubble butt rocks glass.
I love this glass. This is my go-to glass.
I love that glass.
It's such a good one. So you're getting one of these, my glass. So you can enjoy a Revolver or a smoked old fashioned.
And
Yeah.
bacon. That's what we're doing. Okay. Should we see what else we had? What else? What didn't we open over there?
All right, number 4 was
Number
the
4.
one we didn't open. Messy cocktail book.
Oh, it's from Jameson Distillery. It's a messy cocktail book. I've been waiting for Criminals and Cocktails to put that in the box. And over here, we have a Jack Daniels 10.
See?
Jack Daniels 10. And then the coupe.
The coupe glass. Told you.
Yay!
Look at that. No Jim Beam. Miracles
No,
didn't happen.
Jim Beam. She did good.
I'm proud of myself.
We still have those bubble glasses. They are nice.
Right?
So we actually did a huge order because we were going to ship them out for one of our patron drops, and then they didn't come in time.
Yeah.
And so we are now down to like the last, 5 of those glasses.
Oh,
So,
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love it.
we're out of the tooths completely.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And part of it is I want to make some Criminals and Cocktail stuff.
That'd be cool.
And
You have a
then,
new logo.
huh?
You have a
We
new
do
logo.
have a new logo. Do you guys want to see it?
Here. I don't know.
Also,
I don't know where it is.
we are getting ready for another patron drop.
Oh, I haven't zoomed in. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you gotta do that.
There you go.
We're doing another patron drop. And those of you that are 20 and above, I special ordered you guys something. I think it's cool. Will thinks it's cool. So if Will thinks it's cool, it must be cool.
Also, I love that I had it so zoomed in, y'all, because I am blind. When we zoomed out, I just realized like how much more space there actually is above our head. I'm like, oh,
I'm not staring at my nostrils.
I'm like, wow, we were really filling up the screen.
God gives credit for shining light on evil. Here is our new logo that I don't have behind. I have the old logo behind us because I haven't put it in yet. But this is our new logo. I like it. I like it a lot. So we're gonna do some stuff with that. So yeah, I'm getting ready to drop those patron quarterly rewards. Special ordered some for the 20 and above. Might have actually got one for Adriana being so basically the honorary women of whiskeys from day one. Yeah, from day one. So
I've been
so
excited for this.
I started to say I'm so glad you're here because you do most of the Criminals and Cocktails with us prior to this, and now we are officially Criminals and
We're
Cocktails.
official
Cheers.
collaborators.
So the only reason that Women of Whiskeys was able to bring back Criminals and Cocktails is that Adriana decided it was time to quit being honorary and step into the CNC shit.
Make it and so you'll notice that today's was mostly like you telling me more about it. Honestly, I did not have the time to like with all
you
time
had a lot going on.
coming up and everything.
Yeah.
But we do think it's kind of fun to have this where like a lot of it at least is sort of fresh for the other person.
Mhm.
And so like one of us can get really excited about a story and get really into it and get to tell the other one.
Mhm.
And so then the other person's kind of like the audience and getting to be like, what?
Yeah.
That's insane. But also, you know, add bits and pieces of
Yeah.
what they've heard about it. But
So what
So-
we're going to do is like
Well,
today,
yeah.
I did a lot of the research.
Yeah.
I got to tell most of it. She knew some of it. Like I sent her a YouTube video, but a lot of it she didn't know.
Yeah.
So there may be a case that she's really passionate about that Patreon votes on, and she will do most of the storytelling, and I will And I think that way it's going to be easier to follow.
Yeah.
And it's fun
Yeah.
for us. I hope
Yeah.
it's fun for you guys.
Yeah, I think it makes it a lot easier, the flow and everything. You know, everybody's brain works differently, and being able to just go into the next thing sort of deal. So I'm excited for trying this out.
And it's great because like this one, when patrons voted on this,
Yeah.
it was so close. All of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like this one by one,
Yeah.
and the rest were like all
Yeah.
the same. Like it was so close.
Because I had my two that I was like really, really rooting for. Which basically would have been the ones that I'd have been like, okay, this is my story.
Yeah.
Because I'd already listened to a bunch of them. So it's like, I'm on this. So maybe some of those can go.
Yeah. Oh, they'll go back. We have
in
that spreadsheet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she picks two, I pick two. We put them in. You guys vote. Cocktails, kind of same thing. Which again, cocktails were close too. There were only one on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, patrons, for voting on stuff. We want to do something that didn't end in murder.
Yeah. This one actually like had no murder.
No murder.
So mine will probably have.
What did I see? Just a second. Women Whiskeys, just wait until the next Patreon drop. Don't send the glass separately to save the shipping, please. Thank you again. Yeah, Michael, that actually would be great because the next Patreon drop is happening very soon. Then we had the other person is asking questions and representing us, the watchers. Yeah, that's the goal.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's the goal.
I think it's kind of like a fun.
Yeah,
like
and you're able to like chat so I can see kind of what's going on because I'm trying to.
Right. Yeah, and it's like fun to like get that fresh reaction in person instead of it's like, yeah, I already do that sort of deal. You know, like some of the things you're telling me, I'm like, what the?
Oh, what the hell?
It's like. It's more satisfying to tell a story that way instead of like wait 20 seconds for the chat to maybe respond.
Well, and let's all face it,
Anybody
we're
else
all human, and sometimes she might have stuff going on that's really busy in her life, or I might have stuff going on that's really busy. And so if I go, you know what, this Criminals and Cocktails is gonna be hard for me, she's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And then vice versa, which is also why, surprise, we're doing our Criminals and Cocktails. There's not a set schedule. Yeah. We're just doing what we have.
Yeah, make it a little bit less pressure.
Enough of that backstory shit. How about we get ready to go over to the patron-only stream and give away more free shit and hang out?
Yeah, and make
and do all the things. I will say that, and you know this, I don't have to tell you this. We do this, honestly, I do it for social interaction, and I know you do too.
Yeah,
you don't do it to make money. You don't. You work, you come home. Yeah, same as me. Like, this isn't going to feed my family. Right. I have a job. You have a passion. Like, this is what we do for fun. Like, these are our friends and family and stuff. But I got to tell you, I don't think you or I would be able to do it without the support of patrons, without the super chats, without that stuff that just keeps it self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Makes it
less of a burden. And more fun. Yeah.
So thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the donations through Venmo and PayPal. And thank you so much for the patrons. I hope if you're here, you jump over to that patron only stream.
And see y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. What time?
8 p.m. Eastern on Whiskey Mountains.
On Whiskey Mountains. Not on my
Avoid confusion.
Not on my
on Whiskey Mountains.
All right. See you at Whiskey Mountains tomorrow. Bye.
Salud.
Thank you for the way you make me feel. Just like a stolen car with a kid behind the